What up, y'all? You're tuned in to the Breaking Boundaries podcast, where we discuss. What do we discuss again?
Whatever the fuck we want.
I like that.
There we go.
Yeah. So, what's been going on with you guys?
Just chilling, man. Just had a good day. Freaking, what the hell did I do today? Hung out with some friends of mine and was going to go to the gym, but decided not to.
You're a failure.
Yeah. Seriously.
You failed.
You're fucking your whole life up, bro.
Dude, and we went to the gym yesterday, and all
was
you
sick.
did was film me. I felt kind of bad because we were just doing whatever the fuck I wanted to.
That's cool.
That sounds kind of gay.
We needed to get some clips.
You went to the gym and you just couldn't stop.
Yeah, I was
looking
just
at me.
cruising, man.
Yeah. So, anyways, we did get some good clips. I thought that was pretty cool.
That was fun, man. That was good shit.
I know you guys have gone out and gotten some footage, but I think that was the first footage we got of me. So,
Yeah.
that was kind of cool.
About time.
And yeah, got some deadlifts in yesterday. That felt good.
That was sick.
And and I have to say, for a long time, I gave up on working out. And I think the thing that has changed my life the most recently is getting back into the gym and working out and focusing my mind on my fitness, you know?
That's what's up.
See, that's why I do it, man. It's not even about fucking looking good, bro. It's, I mean, that's like, you know, like one of the plus things of it, dude. But it's like mental wellness. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like mental wellness, bro. Like when meditation isn't working and you know, or whatever's going on in my life, when you just like plow through it, dude, and you fucking just do some massive, you know what I mean? Especially for guys, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when my head's going crazy, I just hop on the fucking pavement and go for a run, man.
Yeah.
And it clears all that, you know? So I think like for guys, dude, physical fitness is like, that's like mental health right there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? That's like
absolutely.
a cure. You don't need a fucking pill.
Dude, it's like...
You don't need a pill, bro.
Dude,
Yep.
it helps me out tremendously, dude. I'm just straight up one of those natural born psychos, dude. Like I wake up in the morning and my head's like, fuck this person, fuck that person. It just goes off and I'm like creating scenarios that don't even like exist. And I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? And I'm like, nah, dude, my back hurts. I don't even want to get out of bed right now. I'm going to lay here. Like I battle with that every single day. And then I just get my ass up. I'm like, Tony, shut the fuck up. Get your ass up. Get to the gym. And fucking dude, but once I get to the gym, bro, it's fucking on and cracking from there, dude. I get my blood flowing, get a good vibe. I just start off dancing sometimes, put on my headphones, just start having a good time, and then boom, have a killer workout, dude. And I feel fucking great afterwards,
Yeah,
man. And
yeah,
it's
same.
the best medicine, dude. Just like,
But isn't it crazy though how that those things that we tell ourselves in our head, bro, they're fucking lies, bro.
yeah,
They're lies.
Yeah.
dude.
our ego just
It's self-inflicted hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's,
You know what I mean?
It's our demons. And
It's
that's why I always
self-inflicted
say,
hell, bro.
you know, I always say that I go to the gym to find my demons. And and that's what it is, because, you know, I know that when I wake up in the morning and I'm feeling like my head isn't the clearest, once I am in the gym, just getting that heart going, you know, I start to feel a lot better about life, right? So I always say I get up in the morning now, I go to the gym around 4:30, 5 a.m., and I find my demons for the day. And then I go on with my day and get done what I need to get done, you know?
Yeah, it's like that yin and yang, bro. It's like they got to be there. And I'm glad they're there because without them, I wouldn't get to the gym. You know?
I disagree, bro. I have to disagree with that, bro. They don't have to be there.
They don't have to be
You
there.
know what I
but-
mean? They don't have to be. That's the thing. In
Well,
that
for me, it's like I find myself, for me, like, yeah, of course I want to be there and I naturally just want to get to the gym. But for me in my life, I see how like my past trauma, like it comes up, and the way I personally deal with that, like it gets to a point where it's just like I could live my life and just go fuck off in a completely different direction, just like I used to, you know, numb that shit with drugs, alcohol, all this and that. But it's so intense for me, and it makes me just to the point of like, oh, that like I'm learning how to channel all that crazy energy just into good shit like music, going to the gym, and that's just how I channel my energy. So it works for me. That's how I see it anyways. I mean, it's all perspective, right?
Yeah, no, true that. I feel kind of the same, but I agree they don't have to be there. But you know, like you said, I mean, if we're gonna stay right in the head, I think for men specifically, and when I talk to young men, like, I always encourage them to work out, you know, because it's rare these days. You know, there's not a big emphasis on fitness and staying healthy these days because they want us to eat shitty foods, you know.
Shitty foods.
The man.
Yeah,
the man.
exactly.
Fluoride in our water systems.
Yep.
It goes on and on and on, dude.
Exactly. So there's not a huge emphasis in society on staying fit and doing what's right for your health. It's all about fast food and, you know, going to work, going home, sitting and being brainwashed by the TV.
Rat race.
But you got to think about it, dude. I mean, if they didn't like, and the medications and all that shit, we'd be overpopulated, bro. So
I mean, that might be true.
You know what I mean? Like in the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean? Like if they weren't feeding fucking Americans all this shitty food and all that crap, you know what I mean? Like we'd be overpopulated, bro. And not only that, but then they wouldn't be able to sell their drugs to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
They wouldn't get richer.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, businesses make money off of our bad health.
Yep. And then Big Pharma's like, yep, here we go. More money makers.
Yeah.
Let's make some more.
But this is the only country that does that, bro. Like other countries, dude, like they eat fucking healthy. Like they take care of their own people. But here it's crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. They say this is the freest country and we're the most enslaved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. Have you ever looked at the ingredients list on like say a box of cereal in say Germany versus a box of cereal here?
Our food's illegal in other countries.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's why I'm glad that we got like RFK now. Like, don't want to get into it too much, but RFK and Trump, they're straight going after all that shit.
Yeah,
Thank God.
Did they bring up they're going to bring the fluoride out of the water?
Going to take on the January 20th. They're taking the fluoride out of all water systems in the United States. They're going after Big Pharma. They're doing a lot of good shit, man. And it's just I've been waiting for this, dude. So. Yeah, I'm surprised we all didn't just gather up and, you know. And,
but isn't it crazy? Like
you need money and power and a good heart to go and be able to do something like that.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, but that's so taking fluoride out of the water, like that's crazy. People are waking up.
Yeah,
that's like you never heard. Nobody even knows about fluoride in the water and how it affects you.
I tell people all the time, and they go, "What? You're crazy! I used to smoke meth and do all this shit." I'm like, bro, go research fluoride and see what it is. Why do you think inside toothpaste there's fluoride? And if swallowed, call the poison control because there's fluoride in it.
Yeah.
That's why I think we definitely shifted timelines, dude. In this,
for sure.
Because for stuff like this to be coming out, dude, and like people waking up, man, and just all this stuff, and this isn't political, bro, but you know, and Trump, I mean, dude, it's
he's the man, bro.
This is in the Bible, bro. This is in the Bible from hundreds of years ago, where the land was returned back to the people. That's the time we're in right now, man. We've shifted.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I feel it too.
Yeah, I felt it too, bro.
I feel it. It's awesome. It's a good time to be living in, man. I'm really grateful to be seeing this come around because, dude, back in the day, growing up, I would tell people about all this shit, dude, the shit that I would see and stuff in life and like the matrix system, this and that. Oh, you're fucking crazy, dude. Tony's mad. He's just on drugs again, yada, yada, yada. Bro. And now that I'm like, watching on like YouTube and seeing on TV and like comedians and shit, like thank God for people like Joe Rogan and all those Tony Hinchcliffe, Jake Paul, dude. Everyone hates that, dude. I love that fucker, man. Those people inspire me, bro. Like they say they're good, righteous people, and I think they have a huge part of spreading the good truth out there and just speaking clear as day, like what's in front of us, you know, the like actuality, you know, naturalism, instead of all this like just brainwashed bullshit, like dividing the people it goes on and on.
Yeah, for sure. And they know how to reach the masses, right? Like the way you reach the masses these days is through the internet. Yeah. Like Trump's campaign. He was the podcast campaign this election, you know what I mean? And that's how he reached everyone, and that's why it turned out the way it did, right? And so there is a lot of good people out there putting content out, encouraging people to do good for themselves. And it's good to see, you know, because you know, with social media the way that it is, there's so much bad on there.
He's a Nazi. This is happening. LGBTQ. Blah 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 blah. It's just like, dude, just stop.
But it depends what you're watching, because there's people out there still watching that shit. Like there's still people out there like
believing it.
You know, following these famous rappers and all this shit. You know what I mean? That are still living like that. Like
who, by the way, were getting paid freaking that who knows how much money, like thousands and thousands of dollars to go up there for Kamala Harris and speak for her.
They got paid millions.
Eminem went on there and did that, dude.
And listen,
all of them just selling their souls.
I'll never
bro.
listen to Eminem again, bro.
Dude, bro, you see where he stands? Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like the truth came out. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that there's people, like all the people that I know, like think the way we think, right? And we live the way we live. And that's because they're on our timeline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there's other people still on that timeline that are still eating fucking fast food, still out there fucking drinking all the time, still out there trying to look like they have money. You know what I mean? Still living a lack of a spiritual life. So, you know, that's why, you know, some of us has shifted and some of us haven't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can't explain it to people, dude. Like, I don't even, like, dude, like you said, people think you're crazy. Like, I don't even go into depths, man. Like, Tony, you're probably the only person like I go into depths is about, you know, sharing my journey with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people are just, you're fucking crazy, dude.
And that's and that's okay too, because you know we're all on different parts of our path and our spiritual evolution and the way we grow and stuff. So,
and I like you say that because it really helped me, because like I always learn stuff from you, Tony, about kind of having a little more compassion. You know, because I'm not very compassionate, man, and I learned that from you, like you know, okay, they're on their journey. You know what I mean? And like, instead of letting it affect you, you know what I mean? It's just like, that's my answer to everything now, bro. It's just like, oh, they're on their journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like my friend's bitching about their kid. Oh, they're on their journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My
kids are doing something wrong.
They're at where they're at.
They're on their journey, man.
And that's where like love and acceptance comes in. You know, I used to be super religious and super judgmental towards people. Oh, you should be doing this, and that. And then, dude, once I grew past that, now when I see people doing that, I can easily accept them because I'm like, damn, that's me. I was doing that, and that's okay. And I'm just going to accept them. They're on their journey, love them for who they are. And all I can do, the best thing that I could do for them is just be my true self and just show them love, you know, and not judge them because it's okay. You know, it's like,
true that
you can't force people to believe or think a certain way in any way possible.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true. Well, I mean, you know, if you just look at your own life, like I look at my life and, you know, I've seen how hard it is to change myself, right?
Yeah.
And having to go through just so many obstacles to get to where I'm at now and have the mindset that I have. And it's difficult to change yourself, you know, so it's nearly impossible to change other people. So all you can really do is spread as much positivity as you can. You know, share your experiences with people and hope that they find their own unique path to get to where they want to be in life.
And when it does, bro, when it clicks, you know, because I could share like, you know, about the positivity and like how I live my life and this and that, and you know, to 100 people, but then one follows and one starts taking action, dude, it's fucking it feels really good, man.
Right.
It feels really rewarding, dude. I have this friend, man, and she really took action and she's on her journey now.
Right.
And that was like so worth it from the 100 of people that I've talked to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And explain some of these things to them. And it's super worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That's sick, bro. That's sick. So.
Yeah. It definitely, it takes a lot to get there for people, I think. And so I get what you mean. It's nice to see even one person that you have an effect on.
But I think,
you know, and it's easy to get frustrated not having an effect on some people. Like there's people that you may talk to who you see going through things and you spend so much time trying to talk to them, trying to, you know, teach them through your experiences, and they just don't want to hear it, you know?
And most of the time, not even, like I said earlier, like not even trying to push anything or try to like make them see it, like sometimes just being our true natural self.
Yes, that's where it's at.
It
dude.
just,
that's where it's at. And then they're like, hey, what are you doing? You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, in a sense, totally.
And that's how we change the vibration, right? It's about by just being yourself.
Yeah, positivity.
Instead of trying to change other people.
Yeah. Once I stop playing the victim in life, you know, and I still get there. Sometimes I just want to blame other people sometimes, and that's where I go wrong, or whatever label I want to put on that. Like, oh, that person's doing that. Like, fuck that person, or this and that. I'll get in my head and I'll be like, you know what? I don't give a fuck, dude. I just need to worry about myself and fucking keep doing what I do and not give a shit what anybody thinks. And
yeah, because the old saying that you lead by example is true, right? Like rather than forcing things onto people.
Absolutely.
Just live your life the way that you see right and be an example for the people around you by being yourself. And you know, and then hopefully they start to follow down that same path.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I don't. If it starts to affect my energy, you know what I mean. Like I won't do it. Like I don't even. You know, I just won't even go there. You know what I mean? Unless I see the opportunity there. Before at the beginning of my journey, it was like, yeah, I want to tell everybody and this and that and da 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 da. You know what I mean? And now I just don't. I don't have it. You know, I don't have it in me. You know what I mean? For this. And I think also, dude, it's not that, you know, people don't want to listen. I think if you're gonna awaken, you're gonna awaken. So there's no control that I have over somebody awakening or that they do.
Right.
I think it's just certain people wake up. You know what I mean?
Well, it's fun and it's exciting. So when we start having these spiritual like awakenings or epiphanies or realizations, it's like you want to go out and like tell people like, dude, like, I realize, and like everyone's consciousness is on a different level. So like we'll be telling people sometimes and they'll be like, man, this fool's fun.
You're fucking high.
What planet are you from?
Yeah. High, bro. Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
So I had that part. I'm over that part, man, of just, you know what I mean?
It's fun. I've already accepted the fact that like people are thinking, I'm like, it's all good, dude. Whatever.
Yeah.
True that. Still
True
love
that.
Shit. True that. Shit.
Bro, so Tony, tell me about your awakening, man. Tell me like how it
Hey, which one?
You know what I mean? How it started. Like what is it that you know what I mean? Like what steps, man, have you gone through? You know, like
shit, man. You're taking me back now. Dude, growing up as a kid, I would like what used to really, really strike my soul was like, I would think about these thoughts like, okay, I go to school every day and I'm really young, dude. I'm probably like in like first grade or something, somewhere around there. And I'm just thinking like to myself, like, okay, we go to school, we do all this and that, but why? Why do they want me to do all that? What is this planet I live on? How come nobody really talks about that? Like, how the fuck did I get here? Like, where was I before I was born? And why the fuck do I have to die? Like, I'm gonna do all this because you people are telling me to, and then I'm just gonna die? Then what? Like, what the fuck? And that really fucking struck me deep, bro. So I went on this crazy journey of just like this fearing death and you know, and I numbed a lot of that with like drugs and alcohol, like my entire life, man, just went real deep into that. But besides all that, like coming out of it, I definitely, you know, then I found the Bible, I found church and stuff like that. And I got caught up in all that for a while. And I just got like, I kind of got like too neck deep into it, you know, and just caught up in like, they're just in that way of thinking, and that's okay. But like, that's all I was like, this is the truth. You know, I got like super judgmental because a lot of the Bible resonated with me. I was like, damn, there's a lot of good truth in here. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, Christ. Okay. I understand. I know him. Like, wow, I really like God. Okay. This is all making sense now. And then anyways, long story short, you know, after years of doing that, I finally just got to a point where like I started like really realizing like what Christ was saying. And I'm like, damn, like we are one. We're one through him, in the Father, in us all. Like, and that's how we have eternal life. I mean, that's just how I see it. And like, even like Buddha said the same exact type of thing. Freaking, I mean, there's a number, Yogananda, like there's so many other of the greats out there that I used to be like, oh, they're wrong, they're going to hell. Like now it's just like, I see what we're saying and how we're all one. And after that clicked for me in my head, like all my judgments went away. I was just like, dude, like we are one. Like, holy shit, that same energy, that same spirit that's in me is in you, and that's in you.
We are God.
And it's in Christ, and it's in Buddha, and once you realize that, holy fuck, like that's the eternal life that we had. I've always been here and I always will be. I mean, it goes so much deeper. There's like, what's her name? Dolores Cannon.
Yeah, Dolores Cannon. Yeah.
We got Bashar, The Law of One, Ra, Aaron Abick, dude. Big shout out to Aaron Abick, man. That guy just like totally like, that's
the video you're sending me, huh?
He has a mind blowing story, dude. And I resonate with that dude so much. And he understands, me and him have a very similar path. but he's through his teachings and stuff, and just his own natural experience in his spirituality journey, just kind of like just woke me up. And then I got more into like meditation, and because I was always taught that like meditation, like that's of the devil and the chakras. And so I'm like, and then once I realized, I'm like, dude, we actually have chakras and we actually have energy centers, and we're actually made of energy.
But they didn't want us to know that.
So why are these Christians telling us that like that's of the devil and that's this and putting all these labels on it, when that's in us all, like scientifically, spiritually, it just is a fact that that's what we are. We're made of earth. We're made of air. We breathe it. We are the universe. Like we're literally
because
we're water, bro.
If we knew that, they couldn't control us.
We're made of water. The same water that's in the clouds. All water is water. We're all connected, dude. It just in different pieces. It's a fucking trip, dude. Like I'm not saying I know everything and this and that. I'm definitely like still learning, and it's just but just glad to say that like my judgments have just went away, and that just helps me for the most part. Sometimes I'll try to creep in. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know, it's a daily battle. And like we said, bringing it back, like I got to go to the gym. I got to do my meditation. I got to do my breath work. I got to freaking hit my singing bowl and just fucking hone into that sound to bring me back to that Zen, and just get back into my true self, to who I truly am, you know, building that confidence in me rather than what the whole world has been telling me what to do, what to say, what to eat, what to fucking wear, all this shit, who to have sex with and what's hot and what's not. Like, fuck all that, dude. Like I'm me and I'm going to be me, and God made me to be who I am. And you know what? I love myself now and I respect myself. And the more I dive into my true heart and my heart center, and love me and be my true natural self, man, my fucking life is just changing in so many different fucking amazing ways, bro. It's just like incredible, you know? So
yeah, true that.
I don't know.
True that. And it takes discipline to continue finding yourself internally, right? Like you were just saying, you have to stick with your breath work. You have to stick with your meditation. And sometimes that takes discipline, because we're in this.
I don't want to do breath work most of the time. I'm like, I gotta sit there and breathe and do this shit right now. I don't want to do that. But then go ahead.
Yeah, we're
get into it.
We're in this society where it's like, go with the motions of each day, right? Do what's normal. You know, carry on with being a normal part of society, and that doesn't involve finding your inner self, you know?
Yeah.
And so for sure it takes discipline, I think.
Absolutely. And, absolutely. Because it's still a battle, you know, like the third dimension, however you want to see it, the matrix system is
trying to suck you in all the time,
all the time. It's always there.
But that's because of like what we're surrounding ourselves with. Like we have to like deal, you know what I mean? I hate dealing with fucking like 3D shit, bro. Like I hate dealing with people, bro, and like responsibilities and shit like that. You know what I mean, dude? Because like I'd rather just be in my you know, in spirit. Yeah. But it's like
it's nice to isolate these days.
You know what I mean?
That used to be a scary spot for me, being a drug addict. But now I'm past all that. It's like I love isolating and just like going within and just finding that peace and just like.
We are here. We are spiritual beings that we're here to do. We have a mission.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? As humans, you know, and that's what
I'm stuck in this body,
you know, and so like we have a mission here as humans to do. Like we'll get there. You know what I mean? But a lot of spiritual people get it like, oh, I'm just going to go off. And, you know, in a sense, like, no, man, like there's still like real life stuff we're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Like we could be in this, you know what I mean? In this, we're going to get there, you know, but right now there is human stuff that we have to do. And I fucking hate doing human shit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too, bro.
I really do, bro. You know what I mean? I'm my inner child is alive, dude.
I'm with you on that. I mean, bro? I'm with you.
My inner child is alive, bro. Like I like run a business and I do all these like adult things, but I don't act like it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know, I don't act like
it. That's all right. You don't have to.
I don't fucking have to,
be your fucking self, bro. And it'll all do its thing. I hate like pretending to try to be professional and like this and that and like act professional and this and that. So it's like, dude, if you're professional, you're professional, whatever the fuck you want to
and then have to like kiss people's ass to like, you know what I mean? Like that's the part I hate about business, dude. It's like, cause I can't go to like, clients, bro, and be
Right,
be my
yeah.
authentic spiritual
For
self,
sure,
bro.
for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
And-
there's definitely certain situations where you're like, okay, I got to put my game face on right now.
Yeah.
You got to vibe up with certain people because they're a certain way. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But without changing your like putting on like a fucking mask all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think one of the things that helped me find myself most is the book we were talking about, the 4 Agreements.
dude, I fucking love that
keep
book. I'm reading
Yeah.
that right now, bro.
Yeah.
Dude.
So when I read that book, it changed my life. That's really where my journey to finding myself began because, I think that book makes you find your.
I'm gonna read it for sure now. If it changed this guy's life, holy shit, bro!
Yeah,
bro.
I'm reading it.
There must be something to it.
Yeah. I mean, because I think that book makes you, dig into yourself, but it does it in such a way that like, it keeps you in reality, right? So like one of the biggest agreements that of the 4 that really got me was doing your best at everything you do, because I had this period in my life where I think I was just half-assing everything. I was just going through the motions, right? And so I was waking up, I was going and doing the bare minimum at work. I was going home, doing the bare minimum in life. And when I read that book and they talked about every single thing you do your best at it, that changed me. And it made me think like, yeah, we're on this earth and we have this life and we have this opportunity to live. And, that's pure luck that we're actually alive. And so that made me realize that I need to start putting 100% into everything I do. And so I stopped half-assing everything. And I started every single little task, from cooking dinner or making coffee to, whatever task I was working on at work to, parenting my son. Everything I did, it made me think every time I went to go do something, you have to do your best at this, right? And it sounds like it sounds so primitive. It sounds like, just such a minute way to think, oh, well, yeah, of course you do your best. But no, like, it's hard to do your best at everything you do, right? But it feels good when you do.
Bro. And
that speaks to me because I half-ass a lot of shit sometimes.
Everything,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
I do.
But then again, there's a line. Sometimes it's like, because I just got to find my balance because I could put 110% into everything and keep trying until I'm like, fuck. So sometimes I just got to find a balance and learn how to let go.
But that's different. That's forcing. That's because I do that too. Like I get caught up in between the forcing and aligned action. You know what I mean? And that's like where they, you get it confused, manifesting and stuff like that. I've been studying that for the last 2 or 3 years, and just sitting there trying to manifest and not putting any action into it.
Getting stuck in the vortex, just constantly.
It doesn't work.
Thinking about it.
The energy of action is one of the biggest energies, but it has to match.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like your action has to. So that's what I battle with, where I go through times where I'm just sitting around doing nothing. You know what I mean? And just but it doesn't work like that. You have to take some action, but it's aligned action. And then I love the one, don't make assumptions and don't take anything personally.
Yeah.
Those 2 agreements right there. And it even says in the book, like, just do your best at that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So each day I try to, and when I start taking something personally, I go, oh yeah, don't take anything personally. Right. So it's like about not beating yourself up too.
Right.
Doing your best is also not beating yourself up because beating yourself up is like a big, that's a big part
because
of it.
sometimes we just want to do our best. We want to do our best and we're best. And then if we feel like we're not doing our best, we're like, oh, fuck. Like and we beat our side. It's okay because we're not perfect. This is.
Yeah, but I did my best today. So you can't beat yourself up for that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's spiritual. It's spiritual progress.
Yeah, for sure. And not taking things personal for sure. One of the things that I realized with not taking things personal is
Getting butthurt.
well, yeah. And that's because, we take things personal when we feel someone does us wrong, but typically anyone who you think does you wrong had no intention of doing you wrong.
It has
most of the
nothing
time.
it has nothing to do with you.
You know what I mean? And so like, you don't want to attribute to malice what can be attributed to incompetence, right? Yeah. And so a lot of the time people are just living in their own world, unaware of their surroundings. right? And unaware of what's going on around them, and whatever action they took that you felt wronged you was really just something they were doing for themselves,
They're just
or
them being them. They're
just going through their own motions.
Everybody's just being themselves.
Exactly.
Another perspective, it could also be a reflection of yourself, that some type of karma or something that you
reflection
need,
of yourself.
that you need like something in them. You're like, I don't like that. I don't like what they said, but maybe it's something that, has to do with us that we need to work on. And I've
heard that's so true. And when somebody told me that there was a boss man that I really didn't like, and somebody told me that, a mentor of mine, he said, well, you probably see something in him that's in yourself. I was like, oh, that's dude. Right. I was like, and then I thought about it, and I started running the track of how he was and how he lived his life. And I was like, oh, there is some aspects in there that I'm that way. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so it is. I think it's that way 90% of the time.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean?
But man, I mean, everything we're talking about here, that's the beauty of self-awareness, right? Like, I'm sure all of us lived a life that at some point in our lives, we just kind of went through the motions of life, right? And to find your inner self, to get in touch with yourself, like, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that we're able to have these conversations, because not everyone can have these conversations. Not everyone can think this deep. It
actually sucks more than somebody who's not aware. You know what I mean? Because when I'm like aware of everything, then I'm paying attention to everything.
Right.
Instead of being like I feel like, and that's that spiritual awakening process of it, why it makes it hard. Instead of somebody else who's just like an asshole all the time and they don't think there's anything wrong with it, they just go about living their lives.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's true.
I'm true. Aware of everything, dude. I'm like so aware. I've seen it online with somebody and it's like, yeah, that's the problem with like spiritual awakening. You're aware of everything.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like channeling all that correctly.
Aware. I feel like I'm aware of too much sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, bing, ding, ding, bing, pong.
It's
like fucking.
I know.
Downloads.
I was talking about that, like, in my past life, I used to drink, and I was able to just drink the day away and like not feel anything. And then when I stopped drinking, I had to actually feel my emotions. I had to feel everything that was happening to me and around me. And that's harder to deal with than just, going and drinking your emotions away. Yeah. It's like you actually have to feel, and you have to deal with those feelings, and you have to deal with those emotions, and you have to, set yourself a unique path to get through those.
And it takes you time to, and that's the thing too, is that, cause I'm sitting here thinking, I've been going through my awakening for like 3 years now. And, but you got to remember, you were numbing for your whole life.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a process to navigate all these new things and these new ways of living. Like sometimes I don't know where, after going through the spiritual awakening, which I'm still going through, it's like not knowing your place,
right?
Kind of it, with like figuring out your place with this new you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like and how you approach situations.
I'll never forget, dude. The first time that like this was like a couple years ago when I first got clean and sober, and it was the first time like my kids got taken away from me, dude. Like I'm homeless. I'm clean at the time, and I'm just like all this shit going on, dude. And I just remember this pain in my stomach, dude, like just so much fucking pain. And I was like, dude, the only thing that would take this fucking pain away right now is going and getting a drink or going and doing drugs. But I knew for a fact, I'm like, but that's not even an option for me anymore.
Yeah.
Cause I find that's when I realized, fuck, I have to fucking face my emotions right now.
To face yourself.
That was the first time in my life. And that was only a couple years ago, bro. Cause I did drugs off and on my whole life. And I'll never forget. I was just like, it was just the pain, dude, was so fucking intense, dude. And I just had to sit there and bear it honestly, I felt like a little bitch, dude. I was just like, but I had to go through my trauma, and dude, it's been a really healing process. And I'm day by day since then, I'm learning how to just welcome in my fears, welcome in my emotions, and just learn how to get through them. Because sometimes I react. That's what I try to work on doing, is not reacting to the way I feel.
Right.
I go through a lot of shit all the time, and I just try to go with it, man.
But that pain, that moment, because I know that moment you're talking about, and that's
I'm like, fuck, I gotta face it. I gotta face it right now,
There's nowhere
dude.
else to turn.
Yeah.
It was like I had nowhere else to turn, man. It's like either like get closer to God, to Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it. Like I had nowhere else to turn.
Right.
It was that or death. You know what I mean? But that's that turning point, right? You're going down, 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 down. You hit and you start going up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, it's but that's how it is, right? Like I'll like we talked about before, I'll just keep on digging. I'll just keep on digging, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Until there's a point of no return, and then there's just that switch that clicks on. But then, I have to remember there's a process.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight.
And I say that because it's like it's hard. It's hard to get to like going through that, like now I could, you look, we can all look at like how people are struggling. And when they do get off drugs, they keep going back to them because it's so hard for people just to face their emotions for once in their life, and actually just fucking get through it without drinking or using or putting something in your body to just like numb that shit, It's a pain. It's a painful process that we got to go to. We got to go through the pain. Without pain, there is no growth. Pain's mandatory, man. I mean, it's going to be there. It's what pushes us. It's what drives us. I've been working on learning how to use it just like as my fuel,
Yeah, definitely.
Go ahead.
I agree. Pain, I think fuels success, right?
Yeah.
And so like when we hide away from our pains, it's easy to be afraid of pain. I think we all fear pain, but when we hide them away, right, that's when we go down into that hole, and we don't know how to get ourselves out,
Yeah, exactly.
And totally agree. I think pain fuels success. Pain, fuels drive, and pain fuels confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's that running from your fears. You know what I mean? It's like it's the worst thing you can
I practice that with cold showers, bro. I'm such a little bitch in the shit, dude. Every day, dude, I do this. I'm like, I'm taking such a nice warm shower, and I'm just like, fuck that. I am not doing a cold shower today. And it's just like, yes, you are, dude. And I'm like, oh, damn it, dude. Fuck. Every day I do this, and I'm like, here it goes. Fucking turn that shit on cold and. But dude, when you get out of it, you're just like, just feel like a new fucking man, dude.
It's getting uncomfortable,
it feels
man.
So
you know what
good,
I mean? When
dude.
you get uncomfortable, like getting uncomfortable is like the cure.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
doing shit that's uncomfortable.
That's why people we're fine. Like, thank God for people like Wim Hof and stuff, dude. And like everyone's doing ice baths now, dude. It's just been such an incredible thing for people.
It's
to
like
do,
a movement at this point. I swear,
resets your whole nervous system, dude. It does so much for the body, bro. Like inflammation and. It's just I don't know.
I can relate to the cold shower thing. I do the same thing, and when I turn that cold water on, I just freeze up and go into shock. Yeah. And then I get out of it, and it's like I feel so fucking amazing.
I don't know too much about it scientifically, but I know that shit works for a fact for me.
For sure. It does work because when I jump in the ocean, man, dude, it just feels good, bro.
Right.
You know what else feels good is just yelling, dude.
Yeah.
Like you just jump in the fucking cold ocean, you just fucking screaming, dude. It feels super good, bro.
Me and Carlo do that shit. We'll just go to the beach sometimes and we're just like, it's windy, it's freezing. We're like, fuck it, let's do this, bro. Get in there. It's like,
So when you're doing things like that, man, when you're getting uncomfortable and you're pushing yourself past the limit, it works in other aspects of your life. You know what I mean? And now you're reprogramming your subconscious mind. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So when you get caught up in like another situation, maybe at work or something, you're more able to spiritually withstand that situation, and it makes you spiritually stronger.
Yeah, for sure.
It's epic, bro. Yeah, good shit. Dead silence. That's it, guys. We'll see you next time. Fucking podcast. Let's go.
I mean, but we're talking about all this stuff. So like, obviously we want to put this information or just our experiences out to people because, hopefully we can touch people in some way, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
What would you say?
That's pretty gay, bro.
Some type of way.
That's pretty gay, bro. But I get what you're saying. Touch
Alan.
Touch people's hearts.
Talk about that. Talk about that a little bit more.
So, what's your guys' message to people, to the world? If you could share anything from your experience, or like if you could sum up your message to people that are listening to you, what would you say?
Don't fuck this up, guys. No,
True. I mean, that's a good one.
If you want something different, you got to do something different.
I like that.
You know what I mean? You just have to, and you have to start. You can listen to all the podcasts you want. You know what I mean? You can read all the fucking books you want because you did it. But until I took some action into doing some change, you know what I mean? Nothing happened.
Yeah.
You know? So, and not only that, but when you sit here and, I want to change. And each day that you don't take action to it, you're beating down on your spirit even more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're crumbling your spirit. Every day that you don't do something, you're crumbling your spirit even more.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely for me, what really saved my ass this past couple of years is just learning how to be just open-minded, dude, and just respecting other people's points of views, even though I may not disagree with it or see it the way they see it. More of just diving into myself and just trying to stay true to myself, man. Just doing like intuitively what I know I need to do. I just trying to stick to that rather than all the pressure of like outside people telling me like, oh, you should do this. You need to be doing that. You need to be living this way. You need to be saving all this money. You need to do money. So, I'm just, just be your true self, man, because that's all you can be. And you're enough. Like, what's that one affirmation? Like, I am enough. I have enough. Or wait, I am me, and that is enough.
I am me, and that is enough. Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah. That's a good one though. Like, I am me.
I'm enough.
I love me, and I am enough.
Yeah, that would be my message to people: is learn to love yourself.
Yeah, and you're enough.
I know we've had this discussion before, but that was the hardest thing for me, is to be able to love myself. And it sounds weird to say, but like, I think to love life, you have to learn to love yourself from the inside. And that was huge for me. Definitely
opens up some doors, because I mean, the only person that gets in my way is myself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's the battle.
Yeah.
That's who you're at war against
It's like ego versus spirit. And it's like, I need to find the balance, because I like my ego. I love my spirit. And I need to learn how to balance that shit and just die to it, and die to that motherfucker, and just shut it off. And
for sure.
Be grateful and just know that I'm at where I'm at, and I'm supposed to be here right now. There's nowhere else I'm supposed to be, because I'm here, and everything is fine, no matter what the world's saying or what they think. Like everything's awesome, everything's fine. I'm super grateful for fucking everything, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Affirmations are a big part, dude, because once you start speaking that stuff into that, you start believing it.
Right.
That's why I do a lot of writing. You know what I mean? I write things down. I got my affirmations that I speak every day, and that subconsciously starts to change how I look at things and how I look at myself. You know?
It all starts off with, oh man, this fucking sucks. Oh, dude. Oh, no. Why is that person thinking that? Oh, man, this sucks, dude. Oh, that just happened. Oh, this sucks. Yeah. Or you can shift and be like, nah, it doesn't suck, and try to find the bright side of it and work through it, Yeah. Just a shit. I've noticed for me, it's just a shift in I'm like, man, this fucking sucks. And then I'm like, wait a minute. No, it doesn't. This is awesome. Like,
that's a lie.
That's a lie. This situation's awesome. I perceived it the way I chose to perceive it that way. I can choose to perceive it in any way I freaking need to.
Yep. You can look at every situation in life either as an obstacle or as an opportunity.
Exactly. But if you don't even look at it, it doesn't have to be a part of your reality.
Well, true that.
You know what I mean? So you don't even pay, if you don't even pay attention to it, because I do the same thing.
Totally.
You know what I mean? But like I said before, like, if you're focused on what you don't have or what you lack, you're going to create more of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you focus on what you do have, you're going to create more of that.
True that.
Totally. Like when you go down that rabbit hole of like discovering like, oh, chemtrails, oh, the Illuminati, oh my God. And then you go down that rabbit hole and like, I don't know about you guys, but I've been there a million times. Like that's all I fucking think about. So I'm just like, that becomes my reality, you know? But now I can step away from that. Yeah, whatever. All that's there. Who gives a fuck? I'm right here. And I think the way that I think, and life's awesome. So it's just for me, it's just going back to be grateful for what I do have. I have to just be grateful for me, love myself, be grateful for my friends, you, my family, my kids, like all the important things in life that actually matter, like true loving relationships, like that. That's what I could go work my ass off all fucking day long, make all this money, and then if I don't spend time with my kids, what's the fucking point, Like, what is the fucking point, dude? Like, I want to build a solid relationship with my sons and my daughters, and you know what I mean, like a true relationship. And yeah, you can make money at the same time and learn how to finagle all that in together. But yeah, for me, you know, I used to work, make all this money. Christmas time comes around, I'm just like, oh, here you guys go, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, blah, blah, blah. Later, going back to work for another week. I'll see you next Sunday. And it's like that happens so much, dude. I was just like, dude, I'm missing out on my kids' lives, man. They have all this and that, but like, I want to know them. I want to be in their life. I want to teach them how to play soccer. I want to teach them boxing. I want to have a loving, awesome relationship, just like how like our Father or God or your higher power wants to have with us, you know, just being grateful in loving relationships together, connecting as one. Unity, man. Like people, we need to unite. Like all this separations going on this planet right now. And it's just insane in so many different ways. And I try to just, just go back to unity and accepting myself and people for who they are.
True that, man. So, yeah.
I don't know.
And that's important. It's important that kids have fathers, you know, because
absolutely.
It's prevalent these days that a lot of the time kids go fatherless, right? Yeah. And it makes a big impact. And I mean, there's statistics out there that show you that when a dad is in a kid's life, that the majority of the time that kid turns out a lot better than the kid next to him who didn't have the opportunity to have their dad in their life, right? So
it's just nice to have an actual true connection with your son or your daughter or, you know, your family member, friends, you know,
true that,
girlfriend, wife, whatever. Like just true solid loving connections are just absolutely amazing. Nothing beats that, dude. Shit, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Wrap it up.
So,
wrap this shit up.
What do you guys want?
Anyways, we got an Instagram up. So it's Instagram/Breaking Boundaries.
Nice.
We got a YouTube up. So you can find us at youtube.com/@breakingboundaries-pod. And we'll be putting out all the content we can and hopefully reach people and, you know, keep this going. And I think we all have a lot of positivity to put out there. So, you know, I think this is a great opportunity to kind of share our positivity with each other and with the rest of the world or anyone we can reach.
Just sitting here talking to you guys, man, it's just healing, just hearing from you guys, you know, just sitting here listening to you guys and speak from your honesty. It opens my mind. And I'm like, oh shit, man, I need to, you know, it's just nice to sit here and talk, you know, openly and honestly with one another.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, definitely. And not hiding, you know, anything or not trying to, you know,
be this or that,
be this act, but truly speaking,
be my fucking weirdo self.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
It only gets weirder from here.